Guys, welcome back to episode 2, calculating value and comping properties. This is one of the most critical components to investing and what's going to give you the most confidence to actually take action. If the numbers work, then it's a win. If they don't, it's big trouble. So find a property. First thing I look for is properties with a low floor and a high ceiling. No, I'm not talking about the actual structure of the home. I'm looking for a low priced property in a higher priced area. Next, although I am a realtor and I can use the MLS to analyze and comp areas, I will show you how you can even comp without all the special tools I have access to by using Zillow or Redfin or any of those other type of websites out there available to the public. Now, when comping, you want to make sure you're looking at homes that are for sale, that are sold, and pending in the area. This is going to give you a good idea what things are selling for. You also want to make sure that you're looking at like-kind properties, meaning if your home is 4,000 square feet, you don't want to be comping it to one that's 1,000 square feet. Now, remember, we're trying to calculate the ARV, which is after repair value. This is our subject property. Take a look at it. It's $250,000 and she is a beaut. She definitely needs some love. You can see though, it actually has almost 3,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a really good size lot. So I think this thing could really pop if we get it at the right price and we can find the value. So let's take a look around to see what is out there and what our ARV would be for this property. Now, once we've identified a few comparable properties in close vicinity to the subject, then we're going to dial a bit more, take a look at their pictures, and kind of see how they stand out. But first, let's just kind of roll our mouse around and take a look. Here's another one for sale. This one is $450,000, right near our property, but if you look, it's actually around 700 square feet smaller, has the same amount of beds and baths, and the lot is smaller than our subject property. So this is a good benchmark. I would say more of a worst case scenario on the ARV at 449. And we look at the property, it's actually been beautifully updated too. So that's good, gives us a good idea of what we'd be looking at as well. Now clicking around, this one's 488, but this is a duplex. Again, that's not a like-kind property. We're not going to be looking at that guy. 490. Now this one's a really good comp. It's got a detached garage just like our subject property. It is a rambler. It's 5 beds, 3 baths, so it has an extra bathroom and a tad bit larger than our subject property. The lot size is bigger too. And taking a look, this has been beautifully renovated, almost like what we would do to our property. Can you imagine getting our property to look kind of like this? It's also been staged professionally to hopefully sell quick. This one sold back in October. So I think this is a great benchmark. I think we're going to be able to compete at this price, especially when we're done 5 months from now in spring. But I think 490 is definitely a safe ARV on this property. So if you take 490 minus it from 250, you're at $240,000. Is that your net profit? No. The next thing you need to do is calculate your fix-up budget. So fix-up budget's one of the hardest things to get used to, and especially on a quick video, it's tough to teach. I suggest talking to construction folks, reading books, and befriending someone who's good at flipping, who will allow you to bounce their numbers off of them so you can see if you're in the right ballpark. And remember, these are just preliminary calculations because we haven't actually typically walked the property. We're basing it off the pictures and the information we get online. But one kind of quick tip or a cheat is that you can actually times the square footage of the property, multiply it by the average cost of rehab per square foot. That'll depend on your market in your area, but talk to some general contractors and investors to get a good idea average cost of rehab per square foot is, and that's going to give you a good idea. For our subject property here, I actually walked it this morning. It's in really bad condition.
it's going to at least need $150,000 due to the size of the property at 3,000 square feet and the horrible condition it's in. So we've got an acquisition price of $250,000. You're going to have annual taxes, your fix-up budget. Remember, you want to budget for staging so that when you're done, this thing sells quick and looks great. And we have an ARV of $490,000 on this property. Renovation time, if you've got a great team, you're going to hopefully flip this within 3 months. You're going to need 30 days on the market and 30 days for financing close and days. So total hold time would be around 5 months for this property. Remember, when you go to sell it, you're going to want to pay your realtor because he's the one, or he or she's going to help you sell that property quick and for the most amount of money, excise tax, and all these other things. So if you came out with cash, you could put $400,000 into this property and walk away with an additional $43,000 in total profit, which is a 10% return on investment, which, if you've got that kind of money, there's not many places you can find a quick 10% in 5 months. But we're going to talk a lot about financing in the next episode, and what you can do is get a hard money loan. Now you only need $50,000 of your own money for a down payment. You're going to pay some points and interest, but your cash investment is only going to be $200,000. Your profit will be less because of those extra expenses, but your actual return on cash return on the investment, because you didn't have to spend as much cash of your own, is actually higher. But we're not done yet. That's a lot of work to get $30,000. Remember, this is actually on the market right now for $250,000. So if we actually offer $210,000 and can win at that amount, now you're at $70,000. That's not a bad return for 5 months worth of work.
There, I hope this video helps you guys get a little more comfortable comping properties. If you're a real estate geek like me, it actually seems pretty fun, and so I really encourage you to continue to practice. There's also a lot more to it, but I only have so much time in these videos. If you have any questions or want to comp any kind of different investment strategies, please reach out to me. Come meet me at Caliber, and we'll get you guys started on what you'd like to do. The next episode is actually going to a flip home, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at what you should be looking out for in the scope of work analyzing a flip. Till I talk to you next time, Mike Piccolo with Caliber Real Estate. Take care.